Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for a few minutes until everyone can join from the waiting rooms. And we'll start the webinar in a few seconds. Okay. All right. Actually, I think we can start. So welcome, everyone. Great to have you here today and join us on this Friday afternoon. My name is Sophia Hansen. I'm a junior analyst at Startup Campus. And today we're here to listen to a webinar on doing business in Europe. This webinar is part of our We4 Global Export Readiness Program, which is financed by the International Visegrad Fund and is organized in collaboration with us, Startup Campus, Startup Hub Poland, Civitta Slovakia, and DEX Innovation Hub. So the program is an acceleration program for healthcare startups from the V4 region. In specific, there are personal consultations and mentoring opportunities for 8 selected startups that could apply to the program. And there's also a 13 webinar series, which we are at here today at one of them. I believe this is the 8th webinar. And we have a few more to go on different topics on business development, marketing, sales, organizations that can support you. And we had introduction to certain European markets as well. The end of the program is displayed by a demo day where the 8 best startups will pitch in front of international investors. So today we are here to listen to 2 experts in this region on the interconnectedness of Europe. We have Adrienn Apro here from CED, which is the Central Eastern Development Agency, if I'm correct. Sorry, I'm not sure what the whole abbreviation stands for, but her organization focuses more on Central Eastern Europe and the V4 region. And we have Kardos Levente from Enterprise Europe Network, which is focusing more on the broader European environment. So just a few housekeeping rules. This webinar is recorded and it's going to be uploaded to our YouTube channels and to our Facebook. So please, if you can, go follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. The other webinars are uploaded there as well. As well as if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask. You can either write them into the chat or into the Q&A function. We are in a Zoom webinar. That means that you cannot unmute yourself. So without further ado, I'd say that we should start with today's event. Thank you to the 2 speakers of joining us and accepting the invitation. And thank you to the audience of being here today with us. So Adrienn, I'd like to give the word to you. Please introduce yourself and present on CED.
Okay, thank you very much. So welcome everybody, and I am pleased that I can be here with you today, and I am honored that I can be the one who will introduce CED to you. I hope you will give some interesting information from my presentation that you can use in your export activity in the near future. So that is my objective for today. And my name is Adrienn, and I'm an Export Development Director at CED. So let me share my screen with you. Just a moment. Can you see it?
Yes, although your microphone is a bit not as loud as it was before when we talked.
I didn't touch it, so I don't know. Is it better now a bit?
For me, it is, yeah.
Okay, I hope it is for the others as well. Okay, so CED, it's an abbreviation and an acronym, because our name is too long to remember by. So Sophia, you are not the only one who cannot remember that. So Central European Economic Development Network Non-Profit Ltd. It's quite long, but CED, that's all you have to remember. And we are the Hungarian government's dedicated institution responsible for export promotion and economic development in Central Europe. We are 100% owned by the Hungarian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and our general objective is to foster and support the export activities of the Hungarian-based manufacturers and service providers in the CE region. We have a sister agency called HEPA. You know that because my colleague Mr. Levente Kardos will hold the presentation after me. They are generally responsible for Hungary's export promotional activity. The main differentiating factor is that we work here in the CE region, whereas they operate in the rest of the world. So we work very closely together and have a lot of shared projects and events. Only our territory of operation is different. So how do we define CE region? For us, it means the neighboring countries, plus Czech Republic, plus Poland and Italy, where we don't have an office manager at the moment. Altogether, we have 23 offices abroad. The dot on the map represents these service points. So 7 offices in Romania and Transylvania, 6 regional representatives in Slovakia, 2 offices in Ukraine and in Serbia, and 1 office in all the other countries. And as a plus, we have 13 domestic offices nationwide. Our colleagues work at cities with county ranks in Hungary, such as Debrecen and Győr. Our colleagues are like field agents, both nationwide and abroad, because they live and breathe together with the local businesses, municipalities, professional organizations, so they can identify their needs in order to help them in their export activities. And this is the main advantage of having both national and foreign network, because you can harmonize demand and supply. Our HQ is in Budapest, and I personally work there. We have a close and strong relationship with the diplomatic network and business entities, such as Startup Campus, and this event is a good example to demonstrate this bond. Okay, so regarding the V4 presence, we have 1 office in Krakow in Poland. We have 6 regional representatives in Slovakia, and we have 1 office in Brno with the opening. We opened this office in 2019, and with this last opening, our V4 presence has become completed and full. So what can we offer to you as an agency? So we provide a wide range of service portfolio for our business partners for free. But if I had to point out the most important ones, I would mention 3. So firstly, the targeted business partner mediation, where we try to find the adequate foreign partners, more specifically buyers for the Hungarian part. Secondly, we ensure preferential appearances at international fairs and exhibitions. So what does preferential mean? We ask for a certain amount of money for participation, but all the other costs are covered by us, except for traveling and accommodation. And it means 80% support for the SMEs, which is quite significant. Being present at Paris is one of the most important export promotional tool for SMEs, because it gives a great opportunity for them to introduce themselves and represent the company at the collective Hungarian stand. At this event, they can conduct specific business negotiations, identify business opportunities, and also it's a good tool to learn about the competition and to learn also about current consumer trends. And last but not least, we also organize supplier forums abroad and also in Hungary based on the needs of foreign buyers that are identified by our regional representatives during the negotiations. So if a foreign buyer, let's say a hospital, says that, okay, I need 5 additional suppliers in a certain territory, then our regional office manager tells us that there is a need for that, and the Hungarian network that I showed you previously search for the relevant Hungarian partners to fulfill this need. So this is how the 2 networks work closely together on a daily basis for the optimal result. And this is, again, a very efficient tool or a way to contribute to export results, because there are a lot of successful transactions realized as a result of these events. So as for our events and programs in the healthcare industry, we organized this year a webinar for those Hungarian companies who were interested in being present on an international online marketplace. It was a new thing for us as well this year. And Allegro was the chosen partner. So our office manager in Krakow identified this need that Allegro, the Polish online marketplace, wants to have new partners. And they are the top 10 e-commerce platforms in the world. So it was quite a big deal for us. And 45 Hungarian companies were collected because they were curious about Allegro and their offer. And health sector was also mentioned, and it is among the 15 other product categories that were looked for in this event. Okay, and in the Czech, regarding the Czech Republic, last week we have a visit from the Czech Republic because 7 Czech companies came to our headquarters to Budapest. They were healthcare companies, and we organized a professional presentation for them. And the topic was the status of the Hungarian health industry and investment opportunities in our country. In Ukraine, we also organized an event, the same type of event 2 years ago, where 8 Hungarian companies participated, and they could negotiate with Ukrainian buyers of hospitals and also distributors. And for us, it would have been very important to be present at 2 international healthcare related exhibitions. And one was Romedica in Romania, and the other was public health in Ukraine. And this year it was our second attempt to be able to participate at these exhibitions, but it didn't happen due to the COVID situation, because Romedica was cancelled by the organizers in the first place. And as for public health, we as CED decided not to participate because of the COVID situation and the country situation as well. But we do hope that next year will be, and we hope that next year we can be there. So this is our plan for the future, to be there, so to be at these 2 healthcare related exhibitions. And furthermore, we also like to have some contact with professional organizations. So it's a new thing for us. We just started this activity, and we started with the Hungarian medical device manufacturers. And why is it important for us? Because we can get in contact with new healthcare companies and organize programs for that, but for them. But also we can generate new business leads where we can offer them as a partner to satisfy the needs of the our foreign partners. And we can learn a lot about the industry itself. So it's also important for us to have up-to-date information regarding all the sectors where we are present. And we in the near future, in November, we plan an event in Târgu Mureș in Romania, where 5 Hungarian healthcare-related companies will be invited, and they can meet with Romanian distributors and medical clinics. Again, the point is to do business together. So we hope that at the end of the day, they will sign some distributional contracts. So there will be some export activity, but this will happen in the near future, so not now. What are our suggestions for you? First and foremost, to participate at healthcare-related exhibitions. First, as a visitor, because it's an easy and cost-effective way to monitor the trends and your competition on site. And maybe next year you can be there as an exhibitor as well. Secondly, so contact with professional organizations in your country. Again, you can get a lot of new contacts who can be your potential business partner in the future. And the organization can help you with networking, knowledge transfer. You can participate at their events. So there are a lot of advantages coming from this new relationship. And the cooperation with, that's a suggestion from our side. In order to be able to help you, that you can also cooperate, because if I know it correctly, not all of you are from Hungary. So if you can cooperate, for example, with a Hungarian partner in the form of a joint venture or something like that, together you can enter a third market that can be within our CE framework or elsewhere in the world. But the point is that this way we can help you as a Hungarian export promotional agency in your export activity. And last but not least, I listed here those export promotional agencies who are sister agencies, so to say. So they provide more or less the same service portfolio as we do. And I think most of them are doing it for free. And it would be, I think, ideal to contact with them and to cooperate with them. So in the Czech Republic, they are called the Czech Trade. You can see their logo and their website. In Slovakia, it is the Sario, and in Poland, it is PAI. So actually, that was it in a nutshell. And thank you very much for your attention. If you need any assistance in your export activities in these 10 countries, please feel free to contact us. And I'm sure that we can help you one way or another to contribute to your export success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adrienn. Perfect. I think you were completely concise. Everything was mentioned. It was really great to listen to you. Although, I mean, I've been to a few events with you already, but I think you've managed to share something new, many new information as well.
I'm glad. Thank you.
I have a question. So you mentioned that you help companies to get onto markets. And do you already also help with market determination? Or can the companies come to you if they have a specific, for instance, idea that we want to go from Hungary to Slovakia? Mm-hmm. Do they have to already have a strategy when they come to you, or how does it work? Is it with consultation things?
Yes, it's a good question, a good clarifying question. We work with almost everybody, let's say. If somebody doesn't have a strategy, it's not a problem, because then we can start from scratch. But we try to say that let's identify 3 target markets at first time, because we have 10 countries, but to start with 10, it's maybe too much. So let's start with 3 and try to find out with which product we want to go. So it's not a problem if there is no strategy. It's true that if somebody has it, it's much easier. The other important factor is that does the company have the resource for that? I mean, the human resource, the time, dedicated or designated person for that purpose, and the language knowledge, because that's still the main barrier that the Hungarian. I'm talking on behalf of the Hungarian company, so that they don't have the language knowledge. And I think that's still a huge problem to have, for example, a one-pager in English. But for example, in Ukraine, you cannot go there without an Ukrainian one-pager. That's a must. And they have to invest in it. So you have to allocate a resource for that, money, personnel, and time as well. But we try to help to everybody.
Yeah, great. Also, thank you for mentioning your partners in the V4 region. I believe that might also help those companies who are trying to enter a specific market. So thank you again for joining us in your presentation. And with that, Levente, I'd like to give you the word. And please start your presentation. Are you? Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Is it working?
Just a moment. Just a moment, please.
I can share the presentation for you as well because you just sent it to me.
Okay,
And that
thank you.
here then.
And sorry for this,
Don't worry about it.
this mistake.
Let me just open it up, and here we have it. Okay. Just tell me when to go to the next slide then.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, thank you for this opportunity, and sorry for this technical mistake at the beginning. The purpose of my presentation to introduce the activity of the Enterprise Europe Network. First, I'm going to show what tools the network provides to support SMEs in finding international partners. And after, what is the significance of the Enterprise Europe Network in the Visegrad Fund region and Central Europe. Let me start by saying a few words about myself. My name is Levente Kardos. I am currently senior advisor at HEPA, Hungarian Export Promotion Agency. As Adrienn already mentioned, HEPA is a background institution of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, with the mission of enhancing Hungarian SMEs export successes. And this is a sister organization of CED, Adrienn's organization. In the same time, I provide advisory services in the Central and North Hungarian region within the framework of the Enterprise Europe Network. Some interesting facts that in my previous position as a foreign trade attaché at the Consulate General of Hungary in Düsseldorf, I supported Hungarian companies to entry in the German market. And now I am by chance also in Düsseldorf on an official trip because I participated yesterday the session of the Hungarian North Rhine-Westphalian Joint Intergovernmental Committee. And please, a second slide.
Which one do you mean?
The second one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Enterprise Europe Network is the world's largest support network for SMEs with international ambitions, which was launched by the European Union in 2008. And on the third slide,
Is it not changing?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Maybe if you are not in a slideshow mode, then you can change the slide. That can be a solution.
Okay, wait, let me then stop sharing and start again. Sorry,
But
now?
Yes, now it's good.
Okay.
Okay, please the third one.
Number 3.
Exactly. That's the fourth one.
I'm not sure if it's frozen, but this is the slide number 4, which is currently
Yes,
showing.
it's frozen.
Okay, it's frozen. Okay, then I'm just starting to say and then. So on the third slide, there is we can see the development and the evolution of the Enterprise Europe network. And on the fourth slide, there are some interesting facts about the network. The Enterprise Europe network is the only business development network of the European Union. The network is active in more than 60 countries worldwide. It brings together 3,000 experts from more than 600 member organizations from the field of business support. In general, trade promotion agencies, Chamber of Commerce, SME development organizations, innovation agencies are hosting the project. Yeah, and on the fifth slide, we can see some examples of the types of organizations that host our network partners. My organization, HEPA, is the consortium leader of the Hungarian Enterprise Europe network. We cover with 7 partners the entire territory of the country. Okay. So I try to share again
yes,
my screen.
It works.
Does it work? Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So sorry again for this technical problem. As I already mentioned, on this slide, you can see some examples of the types of organizations that host our network partners. My organization, HEPA, is the consortium leader of the Hungarian Enterprise Europe network. We cover with 7 partners the entire territory of the country. The Enterprise Europe network provides additional expertise in 17 key sectors, including healthcare industry as well. How do we help? We combine international business expertise with local knowledge, which means that we are able to maintain a strong local knowledge that keeps us close to our SME clients, while also offering the range of international expertise that helps these SMEs to achieve their ambitions. Let's look at our services. The Enterprise Europe network organizes international B2Bs, company missions, and provide advice for international growth and support for business innovation. Let's see the partnership services more detailed. The network manages the network manages Europe's largest online database of business opportunities. There is an opportunity to search for business or academic partners to manufacture, distribute, co-develop, and to supply your products, ideas, and services. You can search on this platform free of charge and set up a personalized newsletter. We organize fast and effective matchmaking and brokerage events at international conferences to save clients time and money. In my previous position as a commercial attaché in Düsseldorf, I worked closely with Enterprise Europe Network because they supported us with business contacts, with finding research partners, organizing events, and with advisoring with different issues concerning market entry, like standards, company foundation, and market regulations. Let me mention a concrete event, the Central European Startup event, what we organized with assistance, the Enterprise Europe Network in Düsseldorf, with participation of the local big concerns like Metro, Telecom, in the framework of the Startup Week in Düsseldorf in 2018. May I ask you, have I shared my notice as well, or just the presentation?
Just the presentation.
Okay, thank you. As I've already mentioned, the big advantage of the Enterprise Europe Network is the local presence all over the country. In order to use the services of the network, you should first, in order to use the services of the network, you should first contact your local Enterprise Europe Network partner. And on this slide, you can see the network in your country. So in Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, and in Slovakia. As a result of the COVID epidemic, shortening and simplifying supply chains and increasing their transparency has become an important task. To support regional SMEs to find new partners in neighborhood, we started organizing in cooperation with our regional Enterprise Europe Network partners online business forums and country forums as well. Let me mention the Austrian-Hungarian Business Forum in March this year. This was a successful event because many Austrian companies find new Hungarian suppliers, which supported them with the deliveries in the time of broken supply chains. The network was pretty active also in collecting and sharing actual information concerning the COVID situation, concerning the barriers in the different countries. As we have seen, Enterprise Europe Network has been served as an effective tool in business development of the Central European region, even in the difficult years of COVID. For strengthening the Central European business cooperation, we organize an event this year, the Enterprise Europe Network Central European Summit, which will be held on 9th and 10th of December this year. In the framework of the summit, we organize also a hybrid multi-sectoral B2B, including healthcare industry. And let me invite you to this event. We're organizing this event in cooperation with CED and with our local Enterprise Europe Network partners. Another event which I would like to mention with Visegrad 4 focus is the Central Europe Space Industry Day and the brokerage event which will be held in Brno on 11th of November. here is not exactly the healthcare sector in focus, but I think it could be interesting for startup and innovative companies as well. And let me suggest you some events in the field of healthcare from which I would highlight brokerage event for Medica, which is the world's largest exhibition for the medical sector in 2 weeks here in Düsseldorf. The brokerage event is a hybrid one, and it is already open. HEPA is participating at the Medica exhibition traditionally with a community stand, and we are proud that Startup Campus is regularly presenting Hungarian startups in a separated stand in the startup corner. The startups are also participating traditionally in the Enterprise Europe Network brokerage event. Let me just mention the Kinepic, which company I met first time at the Medica in 2018. The photo above was also taken this time. The startup Kinepic, which provides new ways in X-ray angiography, attended the EN brokerage event first time in 2018. Since then, Kinepic won the EIC Accelerator Grant and works and researches in 8 different international university clinics. From these are 5 located in Germany. And the startup published 6 articles in international scientific journals. We are convinced that the close cooperation with Enterprise Europe Network and of course with Startup Campus also catalyze the success of the startup. I wish all participating startups similar success stories in this field in cooperation with Enterprise Europe Network. And to achieve this goal, please contact your Enterprise Europe Network, your local Enterprise Europe Network partner. And thank you for the attention. If you have any question, I am ready to answer this. And sorry for this technical problem.
Yeah, sorry for my side. I'm not sure why I was frozen. It did not happen before. But thank you for your presentation, Levente. I hope that from the audience, both from you and from Adrienn, the startups can learn something and that they will reach out and use these resources because they're quite valuable, and as US with Kinepic as well. So there are actual success stories. My question would be, for instance, a Hungarian startup wishes to enter Slovakia and Germany, for instance, let's say. Would you be able to connect them with the local EEN networks in Slovakia and in Germany, or do they have to reach out to each of the representative countries, or how does it work if there are more countries in play?
Yeah, you mean that the Slovakian startup to contact their partner in Slovakia, or?
No. Like there's a Hungarian startup who are already working together with the Hungarian network. And now they wish to enter a new market. For instance, they want to go to Slovakia and to Germany.
Yeah.
Is your Hungarian colleague, in that matter of fact, able to connect them to your partners in Germany and in Slovakia, or do they have to go there separately, or do they get one representative for the whole network, or is it country specific?
Of course, that's so that's country specific. That you mean that we have specialists, so a colleague for startups. That's what you mean, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you, and your answer answers my question in a way that every country has their own colleagues and everyone is responsible.
Yes, of course. Yes, as I mentioned, there is a network with in more than 60 countries, so 67 countries, and in every country has a different structure, a different system of the network, and there are local partners in different cities. As I mentioned, in Poland there are 22 local partners. In Slovakia there are 2. In the Czech Republic 4 local partners, and these partners are covering the whole country, the territory of the country. I mean, so if there is a company in Slovakia which would like to cooperate with a German company, it has to contact to the local partner. I don't know if the company located in Bratislava, it has to contact to the Bratislava Enterprise Europe Network office, and then the office, the colleagues in the Bratislava office are connecting or contacting to the German colleagues, for example.
Okay. Great, thank you so much. The formulation of my question wasn't quite clear in hindsight. Sorry for that. So with that, I'd like to close today's event. Thank you again to both of you for joining us today and introducing your organizations and your services, and as well to the audience of being here today. And as mentioned in the beginning, this webinar is recorded and it's going to be uploaded on YouTube. And check out the others that we had until now. And you can find every week we post about the new webinars, upcoming webinars each week by week. They're always on a Friday, and we have 4 or 5 more to go. So come join us at those. Thank you to all, and have a relaxing weekend then.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.